All right, welcome back to another episode of Robin Live. It's no law. You see, there's a new name for the show, Robin Live. Hi, Robin.
Hello.
How are you? I know you're not feeling good today.
Yeah, not feeling
Your
great.
back's bothering you too,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
Weather change, you said?
Weather change is definitely hurting my back where I had my surgery and
Yeah.
I just feel kind of achy and
Yeah, don't feel good all
Yeah.
around. Well, you got banned a little bit, huh?
I did, yes.
We can't say. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have the sharing option.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Well, we got a guest.
For nothing,
Oh,
too.
yeah.
For nothing.
Well, it's just that's going on. It's because you share.
Yeah.
Chris is here. Hello, Chris.
If I'm
All right.
going to get banned, I want to be able to tell someone to fuck off.
You're going to get it for just saying that right there. All right. We got a guest today.
Yes.
Who's our guest?
The one and only.
Hold on. I'll bring her in. Hey, Noelle.
Ta-da! Hey, Robin.
Hey, Noelle.
Fuck off. I got a list for you.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe you kicked off of Facebook for not doing something bad.
Yeah.
Who was the guy that was Zuckerberg or whatever?
Yes, Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to get his shit together. He's horrible.
Yep. Angelina says hi. Hold on a minute. Let me fix something. Hold on a minute. What weird not having a show yesterday.
Yeah, I know. It felt really weird. How are you feeling?
I know. Yeah, I'm feeling. Hey, Kim. Yeah, I'm feeling all right. I'm better now. I'm kind of better. It was. I don't know. It was weird. I just. I think it was like a flu or something. Now I think Robin's feeling it. That's what happened.
Maybe my kid had that. Like I was saying, my kid had it for like 2 days straight, something like that. It was like the doctor told, because my sister's kid had it. The doctor said it was like 2-day viral flu type thing.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was. Hey, Dominic. Hey, William. He's here. Oh, we got a good crowd. Oh. So yeah, it was weird not doing a show. So we had so much, Noelle, that happened between, like actual some news stuff that happened, and then some stuff that happened with you the other day.
Yeah.
And then I got some really cool video. You sent me that. It's not cool, but it is cool because that video from Florida you sent me.
Oh yeah.
I got that. I want to show everyone because that's incredible.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's insane. I swear it's never a dull moment. Like not a day goes by that something crazy doesn't happen around here.
I know. And then I got the recording. I thought that was interesting that Katie, our friend Katie Rifford, shows the friend of the show, friend of yours and ours, that a lawyer talking about corruption. That was something.
Yeah, and that's coming straight from somebody who knows about it. Like he knows the system and how it works.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. I'm going to have to. Wait, what's William saying? Hope we can talk about Vicky. Why am I not knowing what he's...
and then he corrected himself and said...
Oh, victims. Oh, okay, victims. Okay. Oh, yeah, we'll be talking about that. Hi, Dawn. When he said Vicky, I'm like, oh, my God, is there something that I missed?
I know. There probably is a Vicky out there.
Oh, there definitely is, sadly. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to ask you about this because we never got to talk about Citizens United being off last week. And Robin, of course, I want your opinion. Let me read to the people. They know about this probably because this is from September 1st. And I guess here, I'll tell you the point of why I'm doing this. There's the thing where phones, iPads, personal items stolen from Lockport, Niagara County Social Services. The public information officer, Kevin Schuler, says, don't worry about it. No private.
Of course.
Right.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. We took care of it.
They're going to take care of it. They're not going to let us know who did it or anything either.
That's what.
And I love the internal, the investigation of yourself.
Right.
Well, the Lockport police supposedly is involved, right? They said. Now, for some reason, the alarms didn't go off because that place is heavily alarmed.
It has to be somebody who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, and the video, there's going to be video, right? There's supposedly video.
Right.
So there should be a quick arrest made.
Yeah. Right.
And what's the date today? Today's what, Robin? The 7th?
September 7th. Yeah.
September 7th. And this happened it was reported on the 1st, so I'm not exactly sure, exactly what day, but September 1st is when it was in the paper.
I swear to God, we probably won't even hear about that when they do their own investigations. Who wanted that stuff from the Department of Social Services? Who so badly was digging for information?
I know.
all that. Who was doing that? Nick D'Angelo.
Yeah,
So
I know.
I'm wrong. It's the 6th.
Okay.
That's
Right.
just my,
Hi, Tina.
I think.
No, that was my first. That was my first thing. I'm like, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, because every time we've had video of stuff before. There was video of the little bakery.
Yeah.
Remember there was video of that.
Yeah.
And those people never got caught. The burglar.
No, they're out there just, we're helping with campaigns or something.
And well, and in the case of D'Angelo, I mean, he made it perfectly clear at his last court date that he was trying to get that information about one of the victims.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he's been trying, and he reached out to somebody in the Department of Social Services, one of his friends, because he still is scary. He still has friends at work there that are willing to help him. And he wanted the information on the minor that he raped. And I think that was like his second attempt or something like that, from what I was told, a second attempt to try to get stuff. And and they told him no. I never found out what the judge's decision was on that.
Right.
I'd hope to God she said no, because you can't, obviously, from what the lawyer, you can't do it. It's confidential stuff. So maybe the decision was no. And he goes, oh, well, shit, I'm just going to go for it myself.
And Matt says the little bakery is going to donate because they know how it feels to be robbed. But like, it's right there. I don't know. I mean, who else? They took. Why in the world too are there iPads and iPhones? Like, I don't even understand what the hell that's all about.
Right.
iPads and iPhones.
Yeah, and they said there was no confidential information on those.
So they're just handing them out.
Yeah,
like they're just in their boxes, like it's a cell phone store.
Right.
Weird.
I don't understand.
Those has to have information on those. Like, why? Who would want to go and if somebody wanted to just rob, a store and grab cell phones and iPads? Why wouldn't they go somewhere easier that's not so heavily protected? And why would they want to a robber specifically say, let me risk my chances by breaking into the Department of Social Services building, and let's see if I can just try to rob from there first. No, that's the problem is that they think that we're stupid. They think that everyone's stupid, and not everybody's stupid.
And and then we'll never hear another word. I want the Lockport police should be saying. They won't say another word. Not another word said. We'll have to get a hold of somebody there, I guess, because it's already been. I don't know. Security cameras are there. So if there's security cameras,
right?
I mean, you would think someone disabled the alarm system.
Yeah, so somebody has to have known how it works in there. So who the hell would be crazy enough to just go to there? Like, if it was just a regular person wanting to rob something, who the hell in their right mind would think, let me go there and rob those? Let me just try there first. A very heavily protected place, and no.
No, this definitely, it was done with a purpose. Yeah, it wasn't just like someone, because there's no money there. I mean, it's just dumb.
Right. There's no cash register. I don't think so. I mean,
who? Yeah, right. Yeah.
You can't be that like desperate to, I would go somewhere where I would not get in as much trouble or risk getting caught, or somewhere that
you'd have to be carrying out computers.
Right.
Like, it just makes no sense. Like, there's no, that isn't like years ago when they had the books of food stamps. Like, you're going to find them and do something. There's nothing. That is, it's obvious someone knew what they were looking for. And I don't know. And the Lockport police has said nothing.
Well,
not another word.
Lockport police, you're watching this, you need to say something because the people have a right to know. Actually, we have a right to ask and find out too, because we're considered basically reporters.
Yeah, right. Well, we'll ask.
And they report to us. I mean, we're the ones that
pay them.
So
that's true. It's
they, we're entitled to an answer, especially when you're dealing with confidential information like that.
Right. Exactly.
And you know who assured us? The public information officer, Kevin Schuler, who was in prison for embezzling money, and he spent prison time. He's the one assuring us no personal information was breached. So
that makes me feel so much better now, because he said it. Actually, I believe him 100%. No,
Dominic says if that was Trump or one of us, we would have the FBI raiding our house at 2 a.m. What a joke. Dawn says Nick. Yeah, that's simple as that. I mean, he would have to be, because who? I just don't. Yeah.
And who else would have an interest in doing that?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you said, it's got to be someone that's trying to get something, not just someone that's looking for iPhones.
Exactly. There was something on those electronics specifically, and it was information that maybe somebody was told that they're not allowed to have or was denied access to, so they took it into their own hands like they usually do.
But like, I'm thinking like where they're at. Like, why would they have business phones? This doesn't make any sense.
I know.
Because like, why is their iPhones just laying around? I guess I could see an iPad or something, but not like the iPhone thing is what kills me. Like, what in the world is going on? So, I don't know. Makes no sense.
Like, it leads right up to Nick D'Angelo, but hey, what do I know?
Yeah, no. But you know what's sick is there's people, and this is going to go to something that thing that little thing that Katie sent us, where the lawyer's talking about corruption. You know, there's people out there that will defend. They will defend like the Lockport police. You know, maybe not so much the Lockport police, but they'll defend like, oh, you know, like telling me that you got to give it time for investigations, or you got to do all. You know what I mean? There's someone there that always is going to just defend the almost like defending the corruption or the establishment thing.
Yeah, like,
you know,
authority figure. They're gonna just defend it because they think in their heads that those people are gonna do what's right, regardless. Like how could people like that ever go against the public, right? And it's like it's so aggravating because I don't know how many times I gotta tell people there might be good police officers out there and stuff like that.
Sure.
Not all. I mean, there are bad people. I don't understand what's so hard for people to understand that. Like, there are a lot of them that will do favors for people. I mean, look at Nick D'Angelo's got caught having people do him multiple favors throughout this whole entire case. So I'm sure that the Lockport Police Department has their people in there that will do favors, especially in Lockport where his office is.
Right. No. Well, Dawn says maybe the iPhone was left there and intentionally left there. Interesting thought.
That's a good idea.
And corruption is everywhere. I mean, you know, it's so crazy because D'Angelo, like, think about it, he's got it all. He's got the whole his family and himself have money, I guess, right? So there you go. There's one. He's got money to burn. Yeah. He also like infected everything because he's a lawyer. You know what I mean? So he was able to get involved. Then he gets into politics. So think about it. He was able to infiltrate everywhere, this guy. And he's got it made because money wins everything all the time, or at least money makes everything uneven. Money unevens the playing field. And he's got it all, Robin. Yeah. He's got it all. Politics. He's a pig. And people, I don't know. You've said it a million times. Everyone's just too quiet.
He had Parletto willing to pay me for him. Like, I mean, he said, like, Fornick, can I give you a certain amount? What can I give you? Any type of amount to make this all just go away so nobody has to deal with it anymore. Literally said that to me twice. So Nick has people that would be willing to defend him and pay people off for him. And I talked to somebody, by the way, right before I got on here, guys, I spoke to somebody new from the Attorney Grievance Committee who wanted to do with Mary Davis anymore. I just think she's so unprofessional. So did other people. I talked to another woman. She's very nice. She even said herself that this case is ridiculous how it's being dragged out. I'll explain more words, but yeah, I mean, this is people from the Attorney Grievance Committee saying that they've never really seen a case be dragged out like this for this long.
No, they know. I mean, I've been dying to try to find a lawyer from outside of our area that'd be more free to speak. You know what I mean? They wouldn't have that garbage where they're afraid. I'd love to talk. Get a guy from Ohio and say, hey, you're a lawyer from there. Listen to this story. What do you think?
Right.
I'd love to hear their reaction to all of it.
I had somebody from Texas look at one of my videos and say, wow, that's like, they said they can't believe that if it was there, that person would have been probably death penalty by now. That's just what they said. So.
They don't. Yeah, I think everywhere would have at least put some bail on them.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. You know. William's talking about Katie. Katie's situation, corruption is rampant. Oh my God. Yeah.
So horrible.
That's a disgusting situation. I can't wait to get her on one of these days on Citizens United. There's so much I want to ask her.
I know. She had a lot of stuff to show too that it was just ignored.
Yeah, I can't even believe and then, well, let's move over to the next story before, and this is still in Niagara County. It has to do with something that happened recently, and it is about, here, let me find the headline. Oh, wrong headline. Hold on. Or I don't have the headline. I didn't get that. Anyways, it's about the woman, the poor lady, and the woman in prison, jail, at the county jail,
Yeah.
who they didn't believe her that she was going into labor.
Disgusting. How can you not believe somebody who's pregnant that's saying like I'm going into labor?
Yeah, and she says there's one of her quotes. She said, "I'm an inmate that the nurse and the medical team just don't look at us as people," said Waterstram, who on August 22nd, she was sentenced to 1 to 3 years for a probation violation. So it doesn't matter what she was sentenced for. So, it's just, it's sick. It was, I wonder, your mom, didn't Gail, she did this.
Yep. She used to work at the jail. Yeah, she left.
She would have been someone involved in that, probably.
Yeah. My mom always says she wished back there because, the people who kind of took it over, I guess now are pieces of shit.
So according to the jail administration, there was no time to get her to the hospital. The mother, however, says there was plenty of time. 2 hours passed between the time she told the jail officer of her abdominal pain.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? 2 hours? That wasn't enough time. They could have at least even sent like a, what do you call it? What are those nurses called?
Oh yeah. What do they call those people?
Yeah.
Like a midwife?
Yes. They couldn't have got her a midwife, anything like God.
They said the nurse doubted that she was in labor and refused to call an ambulance. And pretty much, according to when I was reading a little more of the quotes from Miss Waterstram herself, it was kind of it was like they were just thinking she was faking.
How could you even, what, even if you thought she was faking, it doesn't matter.
Get an ambulance.
Pregnant or anybody's pregnant at all, you don't take that, you don't even think twice. You have to just, the person has a baby inside of them. You have to take care of them regardless if they're faking it or not, just to check up on the baby.
I know. Don says the lady said she had a gut feeling she wasn't in active labor. She wasn't in active labor. So that's the nurse. I mean, that's it. Why wouldn't you? At that point, you just get the ambulance. What's the difference?
Right. Yeah, just to have somebody else help. Like, goddamn. I swear, maybe, I hope that nurse is being held accountable.
Well, now, and their private contract, whatever. You know how that works. Gail was in that. She wasn't actually working for the county. I think she's not working for the county really, but like a private contract or whatever. But the sheriff has got to get what's he gonna say?
Yeah, what's he gonna say? Oh my God.
He's got to. I mean, that's going on in his jail. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, look at the people that they have working there. Seriously, it's look who the kind of people that we have working in Niagara County. Like, if it was somebody like D'Angelo and shit like that in there, I wouldn't care. Treat him like shit. But like, that's a girl who's pregnant. Like, and I'm pretty sure that the girl's name sounds extremely familiar. And if I'm thinking correctly, she's not. If it's the same person, she's not in there for anything serious.
I have a picture of her.
Let me see.
Hold on, let me bring her up. It was in the Buffalo News. That's where I got it from. Her name is Samantha Waterstram.
And she's from the Falls?
I believe, yeah. I believe so, yeah.
I'm wondering if it's the same person I know. If it is, then because I know she was in some, a little bit of issues, but she shouldn't have been treated shitty,
right.
Like she wasn't in there for anything bad.
Right. What do you think? Yeah, no, but let me read what.
Take it out on a baby or risk a baby's life.
Don says, yes, she's from the Falls. Also, the sheriff said he was happy with how it all happened.
Of course he was.
I don't know. He's really got he's got a real, I don't know what you think, Robin, but he's got a real issue.
Yeah.
He's, we read Katie. I don't know if I should say this or not. Didn't she talk about something with the sheriff kind of similar.
Yeah.
Driving.
Yeah, she got videos or something like that of it. I mean, these people, I
driving by her house. Yeah.
I never had this type of issue. And then guess what? Coincidentally, I had another victim of Nick's message me that night and say that they're being stalked as well.
And you know what?
And they just allow it to happen.
Yeah. I mean, what are they going to do with it? Well, they say, call the police. Okay, so we call the police. What are the police going to do? Last time it took 2 hours to get over and do anything. What are they going to do? Nothing. So I've had a police officer tell me it's going to take me to get hurt or seriously injured for them to do something.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And we knew that. I just can't believe they would say that, right? Wow.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, I don't know what. I don't even know anymore, but goddamn Sheriff Phil said, you better speak up and start saying stuff.
Yeah. Jerry's with us right now.
Hey, Jerry.
Hey, Jerry.
Are you all right? Oh, my God. All right. Don, let me see what Don says. No matter what she's in jail for, that baby doesn't deserve to be born in a nasty jail cell. The baby was in distress after birth. Oh, we didn't know that either, that the baby was in distress. Gail, they are people too. They may have made mistakes, but doesn't give anyone the right to treat them like trash. That's why pencils have erasers, to erase your mistakes and start again. Yep. That from Gail. Yes.
And see, those are the type of people that should be working with the vulnerable. People like Gail, who are going to take care of them and look out for them, not these scumbags who just want to take advantage.
The only ones that don't have an eraser, we know who they are.
Yeah.
Ones that want to get paid and do anything. Right. I mean, there's been a lot of incidents that have happened at that jail. A lot of crazy things that happened at that jail.
Yeah. Yeah, there has been. Well, yeah, there's been some. Well, you just look back. You just look back at the news reports of some unexplained, like, I think there was one death, I believe, that was kind of unexplained.
Ryan's best friend hung himself at that jail, and the mother was calling the jail cell and telling them, like, my son is suicidal. He's in there for something, like he got caught with drugs or something like that. But she was calling and saying, my son is suicidal and he's withdrawing. Like, please go check on him. Please, he's suicidal. He's withdrawing. He needs help. They said, and within like 5 minutes, they never went and checked on him, whatever. And he hung himself. When they went in later on to look, he hung himself. So they don't really do.
We have more from Don. I keep saying Don Wong, who knows a little bit about this situation. It's after the baby was born, it started turning blue, needed to have the mucus suctioned out. Then he started breathing.
And if I'm not mistaken from the article, the mother of the baby, credited the corrections officer with saving the baby.
Yeah, I read that too. Yeah, he like smacked baby on the back and got it to breathe.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't what the sheriff should be upset with is the contractor or the nursing, the contractors that come in and do the work. I mean, that's obviously just a huge, horrible failure. I mean, the baby could, anything could happen. They both could have died. Who knows?
Here, you should come on here or walk right up here. Or next time, tell them what happened with the people when you used to work there. Expose the shit. Go ahead.
I don't know. I just.
You see back fly open.
But everything in Niagara County is just the same guy. I mean, it's. Look at the two stories we just mentioned. These are the two stories we've had in the last week since our last Citizens United to today.
Yeah.
We have a baby the whole thing with the baby, and a break into social services that no one understands why the alarms were somehow deactivated.
And the sheriff said he's happy with one of them, and then the other one, did he even speak on? Did the sheriff even speak on?
No, only the Lockport police for some reason. Well, I know it's in Lockport, but it was a county building.
Yeah, it was literally. Maybe he's doing an investigation.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure he is. Why don't we do this, guys? Let's take a break, because then when we come back, we got some video, some audio, and stuff to react to. And then I got to ask you, Noelle, about something, too, that you showed online that is disturbing. And you know what I'm talking about. These people are driving by your house and stuff.
Yep.
So we'll be back in about 2 minutes. Be right back. All right, welcome back to another episode of Robin Live.
Yay.
Nancy Noelle's here as Robin's guest, myself. And Robin, I know you're not feeling good, but you're doing all right.
Yeah.
You're doing all right?
I haven't keeled over yet.
No, you're good. You're all right.
Weather make it like way worse, you notice? Like the weather changes that make your back hurt more?
Oh my God, yes.
The neck it does too.
Yeah, I can notice when the weather changes how like my body, just different parts are killing me.
Yeah.
Before we move on, I just want to, Don says the sheriff was satisfied with the medical contractor's response, but refused to say that it was the corrections officer, not a nurse, who received the baby. So he was happy with the response of the, wow.
That's
wow.
ridiculous.
What the hell is that? Why would he say,
there's
me
some people.
too, Don. I can predict the rain.
Oh, Don's yes, the rain with the back
God.
and the neck.
Yeah. I'm like a weather vane.
Yeah.
Call Robin for the weather now.
Yeah. I can tell you 2 days before it rains.
Good, because my Alexa don't know shit sometimes. Like she's always start asking you.
Yeah, I'll start doing a weather show.
Yes.
Yeah, oh, you could. I love the weather.
I know.
We could do that.
Good.
But how would you do it? You're over there. I'd be the one on. What do you?
Hey,
All right.
you're a good weatherman.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna get William to come on our show soon.
Yes.
Noelle.
Yeah.
And he's happy with the guest that Robin has picked today.
Oh,
very good. Thank you. Very nice.
Yeah.
Let's I want to play something here. This is incredible footage from Katie Rifford, I thought.
Yeah.
Of a lawyer really saying it like it is. Listen to this.
Is this her lawyer?
I don't know who the hell this is.
I mean, I talked to a lawyer. He knows who this lawyer is.
I want to find him.
Yeah, I know.
I want to talk to this guy. I want him on our show. I've got to find him.
Yeah.
Listen to this. This is 2 minutes. Unbelievable.
You see, you need to understand where you are. You're in the criminal justice system, okay? Prepare to be disappointed, okay? This country, I don't know if I gave you this speech already. This country died on September 11th, 2001. Okay, you do not live in the United States of America anymore. You do not live in a constitutional republic. You live in a police dictatorship, okay, where police are given all of the deference in the world and all the respect in the world, and judges are afraid of police. You need to understand this. The judges are afraid of police. A judge can't get elected without the police union supporting them. They are scared of their own shadow, okay? Judges are by nature cowardly. Politicians by their nature are cowardly. You don't rise through the ranks of politics by being someone who stands up for what's right. You rise through the ranks of politics by being someone who says, yes sir, may I have another, and doing what you're told your whole life, okay? You need to understand the animals that you're dealing with here. They are not the founding fathers of this country who believe in justice, liberty, freedom, etc.
I agree. I completely agree with what you're saying.
With that, though, being
he does, but here's the bottom line, though. He's a player in the game that is corrupt by. It's like, what are you going to do?
I thought I should explain this point. It's oftentimes very difficult for me to decide whether or not even participating in this whole thing is a good way to spend my life, in the sense that, you quickly come to the conclusion that you're working in a corrupt system. You quickly come to the conclusion that doing the right thing oftentimes makes things worse rather than better. And you have to decide whether the world is better off for me participating in it, or whether for my own sanity and for everything else I should go and do something less, you know?
Yeah.
And that's it. Right there, the show's over. Because that was that to me says it all.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just shut it down right now because listen to that.
Makes sense. Look out, Janelle.
Yeah, it's everything. We're here. Katie's here. And she says, it was my brother's attorney when he was falsely arrested by FASO in retaliation for my family advocating for me.
Oh, well, goddamn. That explains a lot. I asked an attorney about this one, and he goes, yeah, he's a very smart attorney. He knows a lot. Well, you know, basically what he's saying is, well, Katie,
Yeah,
I'm
Katie, gonna
support she can get.
Yeah, we're 100,000,000% behind her. I just what he said there though, he put it all right. I mean, it's what we've been.
Yeah.
It's politics. It's all of it. It starts with politics. That's what he said about the judges.
Yep.
Absolutely, they need them to get reelected. Yeah, this is sick.
Well, remember, look how many times they called the police on us with Janelle when we were protesting outside for fundraiser, and all the police officers that went there were saying to us about Janelle, like, keep doing what you're doing. None of us like her. She's a pig. I mean, there's some police officers that said some worse stuff than that, saying she's more than a pig. But hey, I ain't gonna get into that. It was great.
You know,
I don't have much of the police have her back. When I go into the police station, one of the same cops all the time talks about how much he can't stand her. So I've done a few favors for him.
Do you hear the way that lawyer talked though? Here's the thing that got me when I was listening to it this morning, and I was thinking to myself, this is where my head went. There's people out there that would fight him and argue with him and call him, and these would be people that aren't even in it.
Yeah.
Like they'd be people that just work at somewhere, like they're not even in it. They'd fight him.
Yep.
They'd be so mad they wouldn't be able to take it.
Yep. Yo, you know, be like that. Dad, don't get mad at me. But my dad used to be like that, one of those people who he has to see, like he had to, because they make people believe that, you know, what they're saying or what they're doing is because, you know, it's the justice system and everybody else is wrong and they're right. But now that when people finally open their eyes and they see it for themselves, then you could start to see. It's just that a lot of people don't want to believe it. Like, unfortunately, my dad had to see something horrible happen to his daughter, and now he knows what's going on. But there are people out there that will still argue.
Yeah, well, you know, it's because like we were brought up that way, right? I mean, think about, I wouldn't do it no more now. We have, your kids are little ones. Our kids, it has been 20 years now since, but like, you can't teach them the way we were taught.
No, I don't teach them that the police are all good. I'll tell them, I've already told them all times, they're not all good. There's good and bad cops, just like
in the whole system.
Yeah.
The whole damn thing.
Yeah, CPS,
politicians, everybody. Because I remember politicians when I was younger, I'd see them and they'd almost, you know, I would be, even a councilman or a mayor would be like, oh, wow, you know, it was a big deal. Yeah. Or they can't be a big deal no more. No, they can't. No.
I always explain, no more. They're 6 and 7, and I don't care. They're at an age where I feel like I can communicate to them and kind of tell them a little bit of stuff. So I make sure they know at a young age that they're not all going to be, you can't trust all of them. Like, this is what they're supposed to do. This is what police and them are supposed to be for, but not all of them will do that or help in the way that you need them to.
And they earned this, you know, they earned it. This is on a reaction to like politicians and all that, and police and judges and lawyers and all that stuff. And doctors even, they've all earned this situation as to where now I would teach my grandkids or kids to say just what Noelle said.
Right.
Not saying they're all bad. Now, of course not, but no longer is it like, okay, now I'm safe.
Right.
That's sad because that's how I used to feel. If the police showed up, I would, or the police, or the politician, the lawyer, the whoever, I'd be like, oh, okay, now we're all right.
Right.
But we're not. We're not all right.
No, now we're worse off.
We very well could be. Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's like I showed you guys at one time. My kids got sent home. Sorry, I had to plug my phone in. my kids got sent home a letter, like a paper showing like who to go to if something bad happens to you. And it, tell this person, and it's a nurse, a police officer, a teacher, and I forgot what the other one was, but they were all people that I know that have harmed children before, or there's cases currently going on against these type of people. So I kind of got upset with that, because I'm like, damn, like, we're teaching these kids young that these are who you're supposed to trust. And so kids really think that they can trust these people. And then I know that those are the type of people who are out here hurting people, like kids and stuff. And so it's like, yeah, with your kids. I mean, I don't know. That's just me. People might think that they're too young to know, but
no, they're more that, they got to know, because this is when it's vulnerable, I guess,
Well, they're taking advantage of it at their age.
Yeah. And at their age, I can think back to myself at their age, thinking about how, like I said, I'd see the politician and think, oh, wow, you get it'd be like, oh, wow, you know what I mean? There he is. The guy's the fucking mayor. In the meantime, I don't know. Let me see what Katie says. And I didn't see it, I guess. Did you see the second video on the bottom of the page? How people become targets when they stand up to the corrupt system? No, but I will see it.
Yes, I did.
Did you see that one? I didn't see it.
Yeah. Yep. It's true.
And Scott says, I was told today to respect the court while in session, so I hung up. There's their respect.
That's great.
John says that it's very sad. Let's see what William. In this direction of law, we need to give victims like Katie Rifford and her children a voice. Money and not influence plays a role in court. The judge legally should have stepped aside.
Yep.
Yes. Gail, you can go to a nurse. They take an oath to do no harm. So most nurses will do the right thing.
No, because what about police officers and all that? They take an oath as well. I wouldn't say that.
If you think, John says, if you think about it, sick people strive to get in those positions. Yes. How now to abuse? Yeah. To abuse. There was like little league coaches and stuff, and
teachers.
Yeah, the whole thing.
They know anything. Go for vulnerable people.
Dominic says, it's so sad. I remember running around 94th and 95th Street as a kid, and even being able to walk home from school when I was 7. You can't even do that anymore because the insanity of what might happen because people prey on children. And Katie says, we need to get rid of judicial immunity. Yes, absolutely need to. We've got a, is that just you?
Yeah.
Robin?
Yeah.
Okay, because for a minute I was afraid it was us.
No.
All right. She's looking at stuff. She's not paying, I guess, are you all right?
I just get the comments.
All right. Okay.
What do you think I'm doing?
I don't know what's happening. I'm in the middle of stuff. Judicial immunity, you got to forget it. It's all got to stop. And it's only going to stop when people like you, younger people, which is what you're doing, Noelle, and others, I hope, are teaching their little ones. Not that you got to be disrespectful. I'm not saying that. But just keep your eyes open now.
Yeah.
I used to be blind.
Like, you don't got to tell your kid, like, hey, don't be nice to the police because you can't trust them. You just say, like, there are, just like there are good and bad people, there are good and bad cops. You can't always count on them to be the ones to, like, these are things that you got to watch out for. Here's some signs. If a police officer says this, or that, that's not right. Like, just know your signs. And I want my kids to know at a young age, because that's the time where they can get taken advantage of the most,
Well, if I walked in at 12, like I'm thinking at 12, 13 years old, if I walked into the court, I would think everything is going to be, I don't know. That's where you would have went and said, okay, this is where truth happens. This is where it all, the final place where the good will overcome evil, and it doesn't happen.
No,
it don't.
No.
Because the evil is intertwined.
Because it's, you know what? And I keep going back to politics, but if I put everything into it, it all goes back to that. It all goes back to where, like when you look at all of this, it all just goes back to terrible. Man, it's a tangled mess, Noelle, and I
it is. What do you really? I mean, everyone we've tried to go to so far for help for something. I mean, everyone that we know of who's been abused by somebody has been somebody that you're supposed to trust. I mean, it's sickening.
Yeah.
No, I know,
then,
Tina. That's what I'm saying, Tina. We were raised with something that wasn't reality, and it was part of the indoctrination of us all. I
yeah,
really think that, and it probably started before me. I mean, obviously, it was just that it was beat into your head, and it's the same as, I mean, we can go through the whole list, like priests and the whole deal and all of that. Even just, even just with, trying to think of, like, I don't know, because you don't want to be disrespectful to teach. No, you don't want to teach the kids. That's not it. To teach them to be disrespectful to anything. But like teachers, think how many teachers we know that have taken advantage of people we know when they were kids,
right. Just
So,
teach kinds of, if a teacher does this or says this, like it's not normal. If a teacher
yeah.
does it, I always tell my kids too, make sure like you call me or something if something happens at school or whatever. It's just you can't trust anybody.
Oh, no, Tina, I get what you're saying. I understand what you mean because of the politics of it all. No, I know. It took a while for me to, well, actually, you know what? I got it knocked out of me back in the 90s somewhere is when I realized this was a big, big mess, and I'd rather have no help than any help. And you get it, Tina. We talked before. Politics sucks. And until I can figure out to find someone that, I don't know. I don't even know if it matters. Like, listen to what the lawyer said. Like,
Right.
you have to make that decision. Is it even worth it?
And no matter, I mean, I think we have to be at the point where no matter how we were raised, because some of us were raised good, some of us were raised like wolves, we have to be able to open our own eyes and say, okay, here is a corrupt judge, a corrupt police officer, a corrupt teacher, a corrupt lawyer, and just realize, hey, it's not the way we were taught anymore, and we've got to start passing that on. And more than that, especially for us older people, we have to start accepting it ourselves.
Yeah, we have to accept it and fight back. As the older people, yeah, no doubt. Here's William says, I was abused by a teacher around 1969, 1970.
Yeah, I mean, I was abused by a teacher, and they prey on the fact that they're in that position of authority.
We all know somebody right now who's works with schools. We all know somebody right now who works in the schools or who used to work in the schools that are abused kids or still abuse kids, and it's sad. But we all know somebody right now, and it's a lot of them go for children because why?
Yeah.
Children are very vulnerable and they are taught to trust. Teachers.
And you know what else doesn't happen enough? I don't care. I'm going to think to the schools. I'm just going to use them as an example. If they get told, like what happened in Robin's situation, you have a student or whatever, an ex-student, whatever it is, go to the Board of Education and say, this guy did this to me.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do anything.
No,
I know they put him on vacation.
Yeah, they had him retire early with his full benefit.
What I'm saying is, though, you can't. I think like people in power hear these things and just don't. I don't. What is it? It doesn't affect them like it affects you or me or Robin or the people that are watching. Like, wouldn't it hit? Could you imagine, Noelle, if you were in charge of anything? I don't care what it is. And someone came to you and said, you know what? I think this one here who you've hired is a sex offender. Like, wouldn't you at least go find out?
Oh, absolutely. That'd be the first. I wouldn't be able to sleep that night unless I found out.
Right.
I wouldn't be able to sleep knowing unless I found something out. Unless you know what I mean? It's how I don't understand. Like you said,
let alone someone coming to you and saying, look, they hurt me. You know, right. They just turn around. All right, William's got more to say here. The teacher was the son of the school president.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, there you go. I mean,
wow, double power.
Yeah, it's so scary. And think about that. I mean, so it's infiltrating all through the school. Then, if the school president is allowing that to go on, then I mean, everybody, all these predators are just off the chain.
Yeah. Well, think back to when you were and had what happened to you. All those guys that we know what they were doing.
Yep.
The teachers.
Oh yeah.
it wasn't like a hidden secret.
No.
And no one, including whoever was it Carmen Granto at the time?
Yeah.
I guess. These people just didn't, it did not register in them that it was a problem, I guess. I hope it's different now, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, I don't think it is either.
No, I don't think it is. I don't think they teach enough about it in schools either. Like, I really don't think
they should come right out and say it in the schools. You know what I mean? Like they really should.
Teacher, by any chance, they should send home letters. Hey guys, this is a teacher who used to work here or who does work here. If you or somebody you know has been affected by this teacher in any way, shape, or form, or he's ever said something like this or done something like this to you or somebody you know, please let us know so we could add it onto our investigation. That's what they should be doing.
Yeah, right. We've got, and I would love for them to do, I think we talked this one time before, if they would do, you know how like they'll bring people in to do whatever and they'll have an assembly and they'll have whatever. I wish they'd do it where they would bring people in that are willing to talk, that were abused by teachers, and then let them talk to the kids. You know what I mean? And try to let them know that, yes, obviously there was good teachers, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't that they were all bad.
Right.
But you got to keep your eye out, and you could give them tips on what to look for. Yeah. And they don't want to know those tips. They don't want to know.
No, they don't, because I'm pretty sure that would give it away for the teachers who are still there abusing kids now. They probably do anything they can to stop it, so kids can't notice the signs and speak out.
Yeah, because there's certain things that I hear what Robin tells me happened in her situation that would really be something that parents should listen to also. Like there's things that just seemed like glaring things that should. But you might not. Maybe you miss them every day in every life. You're not. I don't know. But don't you think, Robin? I mean, there's things that you could teach a kid.
Oh yeah.
That's in high school.
Sure.
Oh yeah, definitely, William. Please, yes, we'll have to get you to share your story. He's now a. Oh wait a minute, we got more from William. Hold on. This is the reason why he became a victim's advocate when he became older. He has a case going on right now, class action. Good.
Oh. Good for you.
Yeah, I would love for him to come on and share his
He'd be
story.
our first male.
Well, I think that's so important.
I would love.
I think there's such a stigma, especially for boys attached with it, and coming forward and admitting that, abuse. I just think it would be incredible to have his story on here.
And because I know there's so many guys who have been abused, and especially too, like I already know there's a few who have been abused by D'Angelo, but they were afraid. They either use like fake names or they'll just say, please don't tell anybody I said this. And it's like, no, nobody's going to go blast it to the world. But God, just like somebody like, him helping out and telling their story would help others feel more comfortable, other guys. So they don't have to feel they're, alone with us. Yeah,
it's starting a little bit more. I saw there was the one player who played for the Chicago Blackhawks. He's kind of said what happened to him. It happened to him while he was a professional hockey player, and he came forward and spoke. That had to be very tough. I'm hoping that because in that world, I mean, that's another. Geez,
yeah.
I don't know. William's incredible. That'll be an incredible story, and you've said a lot as it is already.
Yeah, that's incredibly brave of you.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Noelle, let me ask you something. And I knew this was going on in the past, but I thought it had calmed down. You're getting more cars driving by?
Yeah. Hold on, sorry, my phone is like dying. I'm trying to plug it in. Yeah, more cars. And I noticed this car is the same car as months ago, like last year, ending of the year. I remember the car specifically, and even texting a few people and them having to identify it to me. And this car was not, it made itself noticeable. It's like this car wanted me to know that they were doing what they were doing. I actually had like I never get like scared or nervous, but something like told me that something wasn't right. So I immediately, like after the third time I went in the house, they were like revving their engine, being psychos. I could tell it was a guy. I couldn't tell who, but it is reported. I did report it to investigators and everything. So, but they were trying to make it like a point to show me that they were trying to scare me.
Wow. Yeah, this is ridiculous, man. How many times? I mean, you had people sitting up on top of the thruway, of course, or whatever, the expressway.
Same spot.
And it was, I saw the car. You took the video. I saw the video. I saw the car. It was an older model too. Didn't look like it was a newer car.
No, it was an older car. And I remember that was one of the cars that was sitting, I think, on top of the expressway last year. Pretty sure it was that one. But I do remember the same kind of car. I didn't get to really see who was inside. I could tell it was a guy. But I've had it to where some of these license plates, I've had people be able to trace them back to who they are. And it's insane that these people are trying so hard to intimidate me. Like, they're using drones, they're using their old ass freaking hoopties. It's like, these people, they don't give up. And you know what? I'm not going to give up either. So they can, if your car gets somehow a rock thrown through it, I can't help you at that point. That's all I'm going to say. I can't help it if a rock goes flying through your window if you come near my house again. That's all I'm going to say. If your windows get smashed, whoops-a-daisy.
Scott says, if you ever need someone to come by and make a point to scare them, let me know, because I'm done with these clowns. And kind of what Scott's saying, I'd love to confront could you imagine if you went up to the door, not you, Noelle, but if you went up to the car, right? I wonder what they would do, because you'd be able to ID, you would know right away.
Well,
could you imagine?
My neighbor did once, went up to one of the cars, and she goes, she's like, are you lost? You need help? And all of a sudden they looked at her and she goes, you need help? And all of a sudden they just sped right off and she starts screaming their license plate to me. Unfortunately, she had one license plate number off, but it only had a license plate on the back and the front was ripped off. And that one, my mom has walked out a few times where she's seen the car just sitting there, like trying to spy. And then my mom has barged out and the cars went speeding off immediately. Jeff Faso was doing it a couple times. We know that he was doing it to a lot of people. So Janelle had Jeff doing that. And it's all because, and think about it, it's all because we're exposing people who have hurt other rapists, pedophiles, sex offenders, politicians. These people, you know what I mean? These are people. This is why it's happening, because I came forward and I never shut my mouth. I'm getting stalked, and guess what? Who's helping me? No, not the cops, not the justice system.
No, they're doing the opposite, Noelle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to jail if I throw a rock through the window, though.
Right, immediately with bail.
Right.
Yep.
Maybe no bail.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably no bail.
Dawn says, looked like the same car from before.
It did, yeah.
I mean, Noelle has it up on her. You can see the car. She's got, you put it right out on Facebook, right? The car that sped away.
Yeah, Dawn, or is that Dawn or Tina?
Tina.
Yeah, I'll send you the video too. And I'll send you the videos. Actually, the videos. I only got to do it the 2 videos. I didn't get the third one. But there's 3 times it came around. Well,
it's the and you know who I want to thank right now before it's gonna miss my off the top of my head is Burdett Hayes, for sticking with us as a sponsor.
Yes.
He has been incredible, and thank you. That's all I want to say. And he does great work too.
Yes.
Obviously with his business, he does a great job. Because that's the other thing that happens with us and what we do. We're not exactly there are not many people who might want to be near us, if you know what I mean. Like, because we're not going to be going to the Niagara Falls firefighters toy drive. I'll never be there with a camera. I'm not going to be at the thing at the Sale Magley Stadium. I'm just not, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we don't have, that's why I appreciate Burdett, because I know what you're doing. That's why this was a perfect match when Noelle, finally you became my, our co-host here, because, for Citizens United. So I don't care. Let's see here. Katie, what's that, Noelle? You're breaking up a little bit.
Oh, hold on. What about right now? Hold on. My phone's starting to die a little bit. I said, honestly, you guys saved me. I mean, I'm able to be more, you guys helped me get away from certain people, and I could be more outspoken now. And so thank you.
No, thank you. Thank everybody. Thank all these people watching, because they're incredible.
And all the people who have come forward with their stories.
I know. Yeah, the stories are just,
I think it's so important to hear so many diverse, different stories, because somebody out there can relate to one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you don't share a bunch of different kind of stories, you don't get as many people to relate.
No.
Yeah,
You're
Rebecca
right.
said to us too, saying that there's not many, there's no show you can go on or podcast you can go on or anywhere you can go to speak when something happens to you or you get sexually assaulted. There's no platform for people like us, and that's what that one victim said to us.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing, and it's not going to stop. Katie says, I plan on coming on the show to share more of my story / nightmare. Thank you, Don, for saying that. I'm having a problem today. Thank you. That's very nice of you. Scott, I have an in-person court appointment in December, so I'll be wearing my Nick shirt to court.
Yes. Notice Nick D'Angelo's now allowed to send out letters, and he can't even spell right. He said bath in Bath Faith. Like, was he too busy taking a bubble bath with Patrick Balkan at the time that he came? He had her in Bath Faith. Well, Nick D'Angelo, what are you going to do anymore? Like, what you are on? Let's just get this clear, because Nick is a fan of our show. Okay, he's a huge fan.
Right.
Nick, you are out on 12 charges of rape, including a child that you were paying for sex. You're paying a minor for sex. You literally. You're under a 12-count indictment for rape charges, multiple victims. Because somebody called you rape, you should know how that goes, idiot. You should know how those cases go. You already got slammed on the other defamation suit.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
God, shut the fuck up. Excuse my language.
William says, notify me when you want me to come on. I'll have to check my schedule. Yes, definitely. Any Monday, and I'll message you though. Any Monday we'll have him on. I don't care.
Yep.
You know,
yes,
he would preempt everybody. I don't care who's coming on. He's on. Just tell me when whatever Monday you're available.
If my
you'll be
phone,
with us.
Sorry, I don't know why it's draining so fast.
Okay, real quick before you go, or something happens, I want to play that video you sent me from Florida.
Okay, I'm gonna plug this in while we're doing that.
Okay, yep. The sicko. Just watch. It's 1 minute and 27 seconds, but watch this guy. And this is. Here we go.
His daughter, who's 6 years old, was crossing the street, and Mark Greenberg came out and was like, I'm going to turn you into a woman, I'm going to take you to Disney World, I'm going to make you famous. He's saying yesterday he was telling the kids to be quiet and come to him.
You got anything on you? I need to. I make sure my door's secured, locked. We will secure it. I need to make sure. I will make sure. Who are you? Are you the sergeant? I am the sergeant. Go get your car. Let's go get your car. I want my Skechers, please. I want my Skechers. I want my shoes, please. No, man. Listen, we played this game with you yesterday. Okay? You don't call. There's two sides to every story. There is. You haven't heard the other side of the story. You will have your day in court. Like, you had your opportunity to tell your side of the story yesterday, and you didn't. I said right here, and you told us no. So, you made a piss poor decision, now you're going to live with it. We're trying to help you out, man. We're getting you shoes. Okay. These are not shoes, these are flip-flops. It doesn't matter. They're going to put slides on you when you get out there. Can I please have my Skechers? No. I have bad feet. I have to have shoes on. That's why I stay at home all day on my internet. You're holding something against me of what happened yesterday. No, you're under arrest. You can put those on, or you can walk out to the car with nothing on your feet. We're not waiters, we're deputies. What is the bond amount? $5,000. What do you think about this civil war going on? Get in the car.
Yeah, there he is. That was sick.
Do you hear about the that's why I stay home all day on the internet?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He said that right at the end.
That's just to show, I guess, that they're there. I mean, look at them.
Yep. They're there.
You know?
Everywhere.
That's why they're everywhere.
They're not intimidated by, cops or anything. They'll keep doing what they're doing. Like, he was concerned about shoes. They'll keep doing what they're doing. He was telling a little girl, I'm going to turn you into a grown woman, come to Disney World. And whispering to her. And then did you hear them say that they gave him a chance yesterday, like the day before, to tell his story? So that guy was, already caught once, and he continued to do it until they finally did something. That's how it works. Until something's done, these predators, these pigs, don't stop.
Right. No. And of course, it was a neighborhood kid, so it was someone he was familiar with.
Yep. 6 years old. Talk to your kids young. Don't worry about that age thing. I'm sorry, but 6 years old, I'm wondering if the parents maybe have talked to that girl. She recognized the signs and don't go near them, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, the schools need to do better at this. They really do. They in the grade school from I don't even know where you start. You start at kindergarten all the way up.
I think you have to start talking about it as early as kids can comprehend it, so that you make it the norm for them.
Yeah, we got to make it
accept.
Yeah, the next generation, like Noelle's kids, I guess our grandkids, we got to hope that they can be the ones that will say, enough's enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Because we can't do it. My generation's shot. Forget it. Those guys, they'll argue with me. They're the ones that'll defend the punter. They're the ones that'll do all that shit. They'd get mad at the lawyer, what he said. They would, with his, I've lost it with those guys. My generation's dead. They're done. So I don't know how you are, Noelle, your age group.
Far off. I mean, it's really, I see a lot of them are still
doing the same.
Pieces of shit. Some are good. But no, I think it's going to be the next generation that we got to teach them.
Right. Tina made a comment here, Robin. Did you see it?
Yeah.
It says, yes, the last name is Bobic, so tell your family because my family knows what you did. Dawn says we can do this. Jerry says, Nick, you watching, scumbag? And Dominic says that is flipping sick. Yeah, that video was disgusting.
Yeah.
So it's still watching. Scott, I forgot I was going to mention Rocco's and Donald, Nick D'Angelo's bitch of a friend that Nick uses for everything. Rocco's and Donald, the city marshal, not federal marshal, city marshal. Just be on the lookout. That's who Nick has deliver his papers and tries to fight people in front of their children and then cries like.
He delivered it to me.
Oh, did he? Yeah, that's Nick's best. One of his besties.
Yeah. Well, it's funny though. It'll be interesting because I know him pretty well.
Do you?
Oh yeah. Yeah. From the past. Yeah. It'd be really interesting. Yeah. I'll talk to you off. I'll tell you more.
Oh yay. Can't wait.
I'll tell you more. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what, before we go, Don says, Mr. DelZoppo, he probably stalks the podcast and writes down everyone's name so he can send stupid letters out. He's shaking in his boots.
He does, because I've heard it so many times. Nick said, you said this from the podcast. Nick said the podcast did this. The podcast did that. Nick is our number one fan. He's a faithful watcher. He is watching right now as we speak. If he's not watching right now, it's going to be later on when he's taking a bubble bath with Balkan. And then he's going to rewatch the show. And then he's going to sit there and take notes about, oh my God, this is what they said about me today. What can I do?
And then he's going to say that we're ruining his life.
Yes.
Like he didn't ruin his own life by being a rapist.
Right. We ruined what's her name's life, and she still is a judge. I remember that too.
Yep. And you know what? She didn't even try to come on and defend anything that we were saying. Didn't even try. She knew damn well that everything we were saying was true. Everything. Yeah. But she didn't want to, behind the scenes, she didn't want to tell everybody what she was doing and saying to us.
No. You know what?
Pig.
Yeah. So, Noelle, I guess we should probably go.
Yeah, it was nice having you on.
Yeah, it was a great. Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you.
I loved it. Thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah. Thank you for being here, of course. Anytime. You can be here every Tuesday if you feel like it, of course. But Monday we'll be back to our normal time.
Yes.
Right? We'll be back 6 o'clock. I'm gonna see if, and like Mr. William, anytime, like I said, any day, any Monday that's good. And even if it had to be on a different day than a Monday, we'll do it.
Yeah, on a Tuesday he could come on.
Tuesday, we could do it on a Wednesday, a Thursday. We can tape it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I think it's really important to get his story out there.
It is, especially coming from a guy.
Yeah.
All right, Noelle, I'll let you go.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Take it easy, Noelle.
Bye, Noelle.
Talk to you later. Bye. All right, so Robin, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yes.
Great show. Way to go. Let's go through a few of these little numbers we have, okay?
Yep.
The YWCA here in Niagara County is 716-433-6714. That's the place where if you've ever been hurt in the way we've been talking, sexually abused, sexually, raped as a child, as an adult, it's going on right now. You're trying to get out from wherever you are. Give them a call. Great counselors right now standing by. You'll talk to a real live person right here in Niagara County. who is a professional. Robin's dealt with them and knows how great they are. And they will counsel you at home. You won't have to leave your house. They aren't coming to your house. They'll just talk to you on the phone, if you want to do a Zoom call, whatever. And then you can even have these support groups. Remember they had those Zoom calls? Really cool, where you get together with other people.
Yeah.
And if you're the loved one, I've said this before because I've done it. If you're the loved one of someone who has been hurt in that way, give them a call if you're having a hard time dealing with it, because it's a good idea because it lets you know what to expect. Let's put it that way. It'll let you know what to expect. I think that's the best way to put it. You'll know what is coming before it happens because they can tell you, because it's basically the same way for everyone.
Yeah.
It pretty much is. Human trafficking, 888-373-7888. That's the number to call. If you see anything that looks like that to you, it's completely anonymous. You don't have to worry. It's not like making a false report. Just please call 888-373-7888. If you see anything like human trafficking and you're concerned, just call that number, and it is anonymous. Let's see, one last one that oh shoot. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. Hold on, Robin. Let's bring up that one. 988, Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It's all you gotta do is dial 3 numbers, 988, Robin. And if you're in that situation, crisis. Maybe you're not even suicidal all the time, but you're just in crisis. And you call. Noelle told us about somebody who used it, and it helped. So I'd imagine, right? There's someone there all the time.
That and these people are just incredible people. They're volunteers.
Yeah. They're incredible.
It's just an amazing thing. So remember it, because you never know when a loved one or yourself might need it.
Yep. Don't forget to like us, Citizens United on Facebook, please, along with all of our other shows, which include the sports show, which is Goal Getters on Fridays. This Friday, Scott will be back. I think Julio's still off, but we're going to go through the Bills. We'll be recapping the Bills-Rams game, because that game will be Thursday. And we will preview this upcoming week's football, the entire schedule. We'll give you a selection too. The 3 of us will each have a selection. We'll talk about college football, top 25, all of that, along with some fantasy football, maybe sit and start type thing for today, for the week coming up, the weekend. Then on Saturday is Falls Count Anywhere with Charlie Turner and Chris DiCarlo. Great show last week, having on Jumping Jim Brunzell from the past. You remember with the Killer Bees. Please join us at 2:00 every Saturday, as that show has been incredible. Great new look to it also.
Yeah.
So please take a look at that. YouTube, if you ever get a chance and you want to give us a little, just give us a subscribe to the Friends Media Network, Friends with a Z. Go check it out. You can find all of our shows are there. They're all on our Facebook page too, but they're all there too. And they might be a little easier because Chris's son, Christopher, he is like putting it all in different order, in good order, like catalog. So check it out and go over there. What else do we got, Robin? Anything else? That might be it.
Yeah.
I think we're done. For some reason, William says go Sabres. We don't like that.
Yeah.
No, now you're not coming up. No. No, please. You could say go Sabres all you want with the story, and I'm really sorry for what happened. So why don't we get out of here? It's already 10 after 7. Robin, hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Not like I'm going anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm right here. All right. See you guys next week. Take care.
Thank you for watching. If you liked our video, then click the like button below and the subscribe button to be notified when a new video is uploaded. Here are some of our other videos. Remember to leave a comment below.